So we're at Archery Park today to test out the difference between the Phenom and the Expression. What's the difference? And what this is, it's 44 acres of natural wilderness right close to the city, like literally 5 minutes from suburbia. And I've been here before and we've shown you koalas, but today we're going to show you this roo. And there's actually a few roos, so I'm going to zoom up on him. He's an old fella. Now he's about probably getting towards 6 foot tall. And I'm standing about 10 meters from him. You can see how big and powerful he is in the body. Now this is a natural archery park. You're not allowed to shoot any animals on here, and you're definitely not allowed to shoot kangaroos with a bow. Now I'm standing probably 10 meters from them. Okay, so the draw on the Phenom, so the Phenom comes in two models. This is the DC cam system. So it's a cam and a half, big round wheel on the top. No module on the top, so there's basically no tuning issues. It's a very, very smooth draw cycle on this bow. Smoother than the Expression. It's the same cam which is used on the Drive, and I'm pretty sure they used to use it on the Beast. Very, very smooth. Quite quick. The bow itself is nice to shoot. The grip's probably a little narrower than the Expression. Now the setup I'm using here, I've got a 6x lens on the bow. This is my indoor scope, and it's as blurry as anything down there. I can't see a thing, so I'm just pointing the dot right in the middle of the target. Stabilizer, I've got one sidebar on the back, front stabilizer on the front. I've got 5 ounces on the front, and I've got, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the black ones are 4 each. That's probably 16 on the back, 17. Now it feels nice to shoot. So when it comes to this bow, it's clearly not as good as the Expression as far as build quality, but it still feels great to shoot. Do I notice the difference between 35 and 40 inches axle? No, I don't. I don't notice the difference in the angle. The bows, I feel no vibration when I shoot it. Like, it's just dead. It's a lovely bow to shoot. Now it's significantly lighter than the Expression at the 4 pound mark. I don't really feel the difference because of all the weight of the stabilizers I've put on here. That's just a lovely bow to shoot. Obviously that V-bar's coming loose, but So when people look at different bows, and do you need an Expression to shoot good? No, you don't. You need to practice. But if you're shooting it a lot, it takes the whole question out of. I was happy with those shots. Let's go down and see how they go. Now I want to show you a bit about this bow compared to the Expression. You've got plastic limb pockets here. It's a machine riser, simpler riser than the Expression, because the Expression is your bridged riser. You don't have a back position here, so the side mount bolts onto the side of the bow. I think that's where I was getting some movement somewhere. The cable guard system bolts onto the side there, so the Expression has got a better cable guard system. But here's what I want to show you. So generally when you set up your bow, I'll grab an arrow. So generally when you set up your bow, you line up the string with the center of the riser there, and the arrow goes straight down the center. So I'm going to try and line that up. Now I'm going to try and line up my stabilizer. You see what happens with the stabilizer? The stabilizer on this bow, when I line it all out, is off to that side there. Now there is no way I can line up the stabilizer with the arrow on this bow. Now I'm not sure if that's, I'm going to say, poor build quality. It feels absolutely fine to shoot. No, the bow doesn't kick to the side, it does nothing. It feels perfectly great to shoot. The stabilizer not being in line is common on many of bows. I'm pretty sure on the Expression it's straight down the middle. But maybe you're paying extra for that precision. But I've had many of bows where they're not off center, and many expensive bows where the stabilizers aren't off center. So to me, the stabilizer is a thing that is just a reference point. If it is all lined up, well and good. If it's not, it's not. But the bow itself, the cable stop, it's carbon, it's a good little cable stop. Overall, the reason you buy this bow, well, there's several reasons why you buy this bow. Draw length goes out to 33 inches. So it's one of a handful of bows that go out to 33 inches. It's a nice bow to shoot. It has the same limbs as the Expression, the same limbs as all the other bows. The reason you buy this bow over a bow like the PSE Stinger, which is half the price of this again, you're talking machine riser, you're talking a better cam system, and you're talking a few things which are improved. But you've got to always pay that, make that difference. Is it worth the money? How much am I shooting? But it is a nice bow. Now the finish on this bow is also dull. With the Expression it's a shiny finish. With the Stinger you're talking a powder coat finish. With this bow it's 35 inches, the Stinger's 32 inches, so theoretically this bow's easier to shoot than the Stinger. I really enjoyed shooting this bow. So now what we're going to do is we can compare this to the Expression and see basically the difference. Okay, so we're going to shoot the Expression compared to the Phenom. First thing you'll notice is the grip. The grip is significantly wider than the Phenom. It feels like a squarer grip. And the weight, this thing is heavy. It's a really, really heavy bow. Now the thing with this, and why I want to do this review, one of my shooters who shoots an Expression has been having issues. So he shoots really well some days, like big scores, and then the next day he'll shoot a terrible score. So I gave him the Phenom to have a shot with because the bow's significantly lighter, and if you don't have the strength to hold up the Expression, probably a little bit easier to shoot. So now this bow feels, the Expression I've been shooting for 2 years, so it's a 2-year-old version. For me, the draw length feels a little bit short compared to the Phenom, just because I've just shot it then, and with the PSE, very easy to adjust the draw length. You can add half an inch, take half an inch off, and I've done that with this bow. In the past I've shot longer, I've shot shorter, and I've just found I shot a little bit better scores with it fractionally shorter. So now the wind's picked up. What I find with the heavier bow, if you can build up your strength to hold up the physical bow, the bow's probably a little bit more stable than a lighter bow. But you've got to be able to hold it. If you can't hold it, you're going to shake around all over the place. So now my first end, which you didn't see on the video, was horrible. It was really horrible, and I went, oh, I'm going to shoot terrible for this video. But I'm here, I've put this effort in to shoot this video, and I'm going to shoot horrible, but I'm going to shoot it anyway. But last night, the night before, 2 nights ago, I was shooting this bow, and I was shooting really well, the best I ever have. And I came out today, my first end was terrible. The wind was up, and my arrows were... And it's not so much the bow, it's me. They weren't breaking clean, and when I say they're not breaking clean, there was so much wind, I was struggling to hold it on the center nice and steady. So and that shot there was exactly that. There was a little bit of wind came up, and as I was about to take the shot, my basically aim went off the center, and it went exactly where I aimed it. So it's disappointing when you're shooting a competition and the shot goes off and it's not in the center. Heck, it's only one shot. Now this bow, the Expression, stabilizes straight down the line of the arrow. And what's interesting with this bow, you'll find the arrow rest is slightly to the left of center to get it to shoot well. I don't know where that one went, but it felt like a good clean shot. But when I'm shooting this compared to the Phenom, I can feel a lot more weight on my shoulder here because of the weight of the bow. So overall, I can feel a lot more pressure on my body with the Expression as opposed to the Phenom. The Phenom, I feel nothing when I shoot. It feels so much easier to shoot. The bow weight is the bow weight's lighter. It doesn't hurt my shoulders. So the Expression is that much harder, I'm going to say, to shoot than the Phenom, even though the bow's more expensive. Now what makes this bow more expensive, the Expression over the Phenom, is the riser. That riser takes, well, it takes a lot more steel to make, and it takes 4 times as long to make that riser. The limb pockets on the Expression are fully machined. They're machined out of a block of steel. The Phenom is plastic limb pockets, so they've got more money there. It's a much bigger riser on the Phenom. So overall, like the extra $1,000 for the Expression over the Phenom, I can see it. And for me, I shoot lots of arrows, so I'm going to shoot the Expression. But if you're shooting a Phenom and you want a lighter bow for shooting target, because you want a lighter bow, you don't want a heavier bow, Phenom is going to be perfectly fine for you. And it's still got the adjustability. You don't have any timing issues because it is a hybrid cam with no modular up the top. It's just a pure round wheel around the top, so you've got no timing issues with the strings and cables. So I'm Stephen Hann from Archery Supplies. I hope that video has been helpful. Thank you for watching.